I want to ask you sort of a more political
Okay.
question, and then we'll come back and talk about some more
Okay.
of the other kind of questions. But what do you think is one of the most politically or culturally significant issues facing America today that you might describe as the so-called elephant in the room that nobody really wants to talk about?
Well, you know, when you start talking about what's going on in Washington, D.C., I think that I'm the only one talking about this in the race. I think that's I think right in this country, if you analyze what's going on right now, David, that's the reason this has been a centerpiece of my campaign. It is the fact that Washington, D.C. is absolutely and positively out of control and not listening to anyone. I'm not sure it's the elephant room nobody wants to talk about, but I've not heard Bill Haslam talk about it, and Zach can't talk about it because he's from Washington. So I do think that is the issue. I think for years now, David, we've watched since, say, the late 60s, when our federal government started getting bigger and bigger, and I've been a part of this. I've been in the legislature for 18 years, but it's like putting that frog in that boiling water, so you slowly turn up the heat, it'll sit there and it boils to death. Well, this administration has taken that frog out of that water and put it in a microwave, and everybody's saying this is not what we bought into. And I think that is the issue that the next governor is going to have to face. And I get criticized on this sometimes, saying, how can you really push back on this? And I think it's going to take like-minded governors banding together because Washington's not listening and say that the federal government is too big, they're pushing too much down on states, the 10th Amendment means the 10th Amendment, and we want to draw that line in the sand. Now, you and I both, I've been in this long enough to know that we're not going to turn the spigot off overnight, but somewhere you got to draw that line in the sand and say we're not going any further and start backing up. I don't think a lot of people in Washington are talking about this. There's not a lot of people in this campaign other than me talking about this, other than the jobs and economy, and it may be bigger than this. I think that is the issue in this race right now that has people concerned. Wherever I go, into coffee shops, whether I stop at a local convenience store, people are upset with Washington, and I'm the only one talking about it.